Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Nathan and I'm here with Rob.
Hello.
Rob, this video is about FIFA Ultimate Team in FIFA 18.
Yes.
And I've basically got a list of they had their big FIFA Ultimate Team, FIFA 18 Ultimate Team reveal last night.
Yeah, they did.
In the live event. Tons of information. Obviously this year, like, Icons coming to PlayStation, it's a big time for us, so we're getting excited about FIFA. So here's my list, man, of the big stuff, I'm digesting last night for you.
I'm looking forward to this because I'm playing the part of our audience here. I don't know about FIFA Ultimate Team, and of course you have a 15-year-old son, so you know loads about FIFA Ultimate Team.
From casting off his information,
yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so first one is Icon Stories. So, you know, this year, what was previously known as Legends, now they're called Icons in the game.
Right.
So these are just best players ever, and you can get them as cards, and then you can play them in FIFA Ultimate Team. This year, these icons have what are called stories. And you know this, even though you don't know you know it, because you met Robert Pires.
I did. I spoke to a real icon of the game.
Your experience of this is so different to everybody else's. So you met real Robert Pires, and then he had to guess his stats 3 times.
Yes.
And the reason
through different stages of his career.
Exactly, and that's what this is. So the various icons are going to have 3 different versions of themselves that are completely distinct from different periods in their career.
I see.
And there's going to be one which is better than the others.
Wow, I didn't even know that was a new thing.
Yeah, man.
So I'm guessing the's like 1998 Michael Owen with like 97 pace.
You're
and
so
then there's,
really right.
Then there's Stoke City Michael Owen.
No, he didn't get in there. I think it might be Man United Owen, or maybe Newcastle. But anyway, so you're basically right. And a few things to break down about this. I mean, obviously, in terms of, it's a smart move, right? Because icons are the most sought after cards in the game, and now for every player, EA gets to release 3 of them. So that just keeps the market really interesting, makes loads of collectible stuff. Also, what it means is that if you love a player, but he doesn't quite fit into your squad.
Yeah.
Let's take Henry, because I'm more sure about Henry. Henry started as a left winger,
yes,
Monaco, centre forward at Arsenal, and then back to left wing, I think, when he joined Barcelona, or they might have stayed at centre forward. But the point being that if you just love Henry, but you've only really got a slot, you know, you're playing with someone else up top. I'm trying to think about who would fit with Henry, but
original Ronaldo.
It means that you can play him anyway on your left wing. So it just means that there are more options for deploying these players. And then they get their Prime version, which is like the Uber. So the Uber version. So weirdly, with Michael Owen, that is 2002, which is when he scored against Brazil.
Liverpool. Michael Owen, yeah, he was so good at Liverpool, wasn't he?
His pace has dipped very slightly. So these are the kinds of, this is the story of their career. Michael Owen, sadly, his story is started off really fast and then just got slower, but his physicality gets a bit better. So
he's always been really good at scoring goals, though. I mean, Thierry Henry's good all the way through. I mean, Robert Pires, who I met. Yeah. Prime Robert Pires will be Arsenal invincible Robert Pires.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, I don't know. It brings all that history to kind of bear. It makes you think about these players and their careers. It's a cool feature. Talking about icons, they just revealed a whole bunch of them yesterday.
Yeah.
Including, before the event, actually, they revealed Pele. Pele stats are pretty good, Rob. I don't know if that's a surprise to anybody.
I mean, Pele's one of those players who you just hear about, isn't he? There's not really that much footage of him. I mean, there's a bit of footage from the 1970 World Cup and stuff.
Now footage. Yeah. It's not like, so it's hard. It's like all the amazing stuff is happening between the frames.
Yeah.
One thing actually, while on, I'll just reel off the names. So Ronaldinho, Vieira, Alessandro Del Piero, Ruud Gullit's in there, Roberto Carlos, and the amazing thing is, early Roberto Carlos has hair.
Does he?
Yeah, and the cool thing about the icon stories, like drifting back onto point number 1, is that when you get the specific instance of those players and you play with them in game, the look will be, they are physically different, and obviously you can tell a bit depending on how big the differences are when you're like zoomed out just playing, but then when you go into the replay, like they're facially different, their hair's obviously different. So like,
could you technically have 18-year-old Thierry Henry on the left wing and 25-year-old Thierry Henry up front?
No, they won't let you do that.
Oh.
I know, that would be amazing though, like a quantum leap squad. And actually, I should have mentioned before that the Prime versions, they are going to be released. The other ones are going to be kind of available more regularly, but the Prime versions are going to be deployed throughout the season.
Deploy the Prime versions.
And they're going to be in special packs which come out. I think they're running like a regular event called campaign called Throwback Thursdays. So every Thursday there's going to be a chance to get new Prime versions. Icons revealed last night include JJ Okocha as well, who I just remember scoring the most ridiculous goals.
I remember him making Roy Keane look like a complete mug by lobbing the ball over his head about 3 or 4 times. Just ridiculous skill.
Can you imagine? No one in the world would have been angrier than Roy Keane about that as well. And so now we're going to talk about just some of the new features. This is number 3 then. New feature, there's new walkout celebrations. You might not even know what a walkout is. When you're opening...
Isn't it something to do with wrestling?
When you're opening packs, which is something you do in FIFA Ultimate Team to build your squad.
I'm aware of that.
So when you know you've got a good player, when like a really good player, when they get a walkout, which is like it's a special animation, and they build it up a little bit, and then like the player walks on. And people really got into it last year, I guess, because a lot of it is so much of the popularity of Ultimate Team and the pack openings have been built through YouTube. So it works really well, like when people are watching it and doing it on camera. This year, building upon that, there was like walkout celebrations, and there's also like custom ones. So like Griezmann, Thomas Muller, Dele Alli, they have like custom walkouts.
Oh, don't tell me Dele Alli does his little handshake when he comes on.
I haven't actually seen Dele Alli's one, but Ronaldo, of course, comes on from the side of the screen.
Does he spin and do the ultimate, I'm the most amazingly sculpted man in the world, power pose?
I know, and if anybody else, except apart from Ronaldo, did that, it would be ridiculous. But the thing is, he is incredibly good at
I think
football.
Peter Crouch tried to do that celebration, didn't he, when he scored towards the end of last season?
I'm surprised he didn't just drill himself into the ground. All right, number 4. There's a very specific reason for this being a good idea. This is featured squad battle, which might not sound like much, Rob, but what that means is if you're... so last year, for the first time, there's like an increase in making FIFA Ultimate Team more competitive, right? So there's like weekend leagues, and the best rewards are available in that. And there was a bit of reaction of people saying, I don't really like playing online, but I still want to be able to reach, the best rewards. So Featured Squad Battle is an offline system that you play. Well, it's a single player system. You have to go online, obviously, to kind of interact with it in the first instance. But it means I think every week you get presented with just a series of squads. I think they're from other players.
Right.
It might be that EA has just made them. And what happens is you get to play them in single player. So it's someone's real squad, and it will have like an overall rating and a chemistry rating.
Okay.
And then you get to choose what difficulty level you play against the AI who's using that squad.
Right.
And obviously the more, so if you get down into World Class Ultimate, like you're going to be earning severe points rather than. But it's a way of easing yourself into that competition, because obviously like online people have one setting, and it is I want to murder you with goals.
Yes.
So this way you can kind of eat yourself.
World class superstar, murder you with goals.
And so this way you get to, first of all, you get to choose the squads. I think it's up to 4 a week. You get to play these individual like squads, and then you get to choose. So you might want to pick the easiest one first, go on a medium setting, and then build your way up to eventually, taking on the hardest one that week, and maybe with the settings, with the difficulty setting higher, and then you're going to get more points. But that means you get to then, it's a way for you to invest money into your squad so you get better without necessarily going online and facing it can be hard out there online. So
that sounds something like I would choose to do. I don't like exposing myself to other people online.
It's tough, at least then you can earn some good players, and then go online. And it's something that the community has really been calling out for, and it's a pretty smart solution. And then so every week you get refreshed squads, but then sat next to that also are just featured squads. Not really sure like how frequently these are going to come up, but what that means is it gives EA a chance, like EA is just choosing those, they're curating that space. So like YouTubers, celebrities, real footballers, they're going to have their squads up there, and you're going to be able to play them just, for more of a laugh, really. So that's just a good way of, maybe Rob, if you get really good, EA will let you have a featured squad one week as a YouTuber. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Your little face on there. That would
be great, yeah, and I can have my my PlayStation cap on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like I had in my Pires video.
You'd have to have Pires now that you guys are friends.
Yeah, best friends.
And number 5, talking about getting better, I quite like this. Champions Channel, number 5, and basically what that means is it's like a viewing console. I don't really know how to describe it. It's a channel. That's probably the best way. I don't want to say the word channel twice, but it means you can. So the best players playing in the weekend leagues, which is basically foot champs, I think, you'll be able to see their replays and their highlights, and actually go into the game. And
like match of the day, but for Ultimate Team. That's
a much better way of putting it. Effectively, yes. And why that's important to a competitive scene is because in any competitive scene, what goes hand in hand with there being like a big active base of people trying to compete and get involved is you need to be able to see the best players, the squads that they're building, and also how they're using them. And this gives people, basically, it kind of bridges that gap. So people are going to be able to see the very best players, and then they're going to be able to try out the stuff that they're, whether it's like a combination of players or using a particular move at a particular time. It's just going to be a way that people are going to, you know, spreading knowledge and getting better at the game. So that is going to be cool. Just trying to make sure that I haven't missed anything else out there. Ones to Watch comes back. Ones to Watch is quite interesting, which is that right at the beginning of the season, when they don't know who the best players of that season are, and obviously they want to very gradually release the icons so they're not all there up front. One of the more interesting packs that you can get, or cards, is Ones to Watch. And that is certain players who might have caused a bit of a stir in the transfer market, and everyone is watching them to see how they do. So the confirmed Ones to Watch, some of them: Lukaku, Lacazette, James, Bonici, and Douglas Costa, who's gone to Juventus. And you can get them maybe at a slightly lower amount than you would do normally, and if they do well during the season, they dynamically improve.
Okay. So how's Lukaku a one to watch? He's already surely like...
It's just
amazing.
Well, they're all amazing, but you know, it's James Rodriguez, like I said, like these are not bad players. It's not that they're bad players necessarily. It's that you can get a version of their card which can get better,
right?
And that can be if you want to keep them, so they actually improve your squad, or then they increase in value, and down the line you can.
Surely Mbappe's got to be the ultimate one to watch.
Well, maybe he'll be on the final list when it's confirmed drop. This is why you got to get involved. It's like crack. It's so once you get started, it's very difficult to stop playing FIFA Ultimate Team. So that's a little look at some of the new features which are coming up. I do believe if you go onto EA's YouTube channel, if you want to watch the entire kind of reveal of these things with maybe a few more details, that is still up. So you can go and do that. But for now, Rob, thank you for listening to me talk through the 5 most important things that they have revealed so far.
I've enjoyed it. And make sure you watch the Robert Perez reveal as well. That's on our channel already.
With Rob's hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is on the channel
we reveal Robert Perez's stats for each stage of his career.
Yeah. Do that. Also, subscribe to Access, because we're going to have loads more FIFA 18 coverage coming up. And like this video if you enjoyed it. We'll see you soon.